Now, I started this series to try and save Man United. We're in episode 3, and I'm already worried about my job. So, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Saving United series, where we are managing Manchester United with an updated database on Championship Manager 102 and trying to take them back to the top of European football. Now, you were last with me at the Crystal Palace defeat, 2-1 defeat to Crystal Palace. Since then, we've played a few games. We lost 4-1. We won 4-1 at home to Sunderland. Goals from Šeško, Mbuemo, Cunha and Onana. And after that, things went a little bit pear-shaped for us. We got a half-decent point at home to Everton. Fernandes getting the goal for us there. And then we lost 2-1 away from home to Nottingham Forest. Kobbie Mainoo came off the bench to score for us there. And Hudson-Odoi and Morgan Gibbs-White both scored. It was a little bit too little too late when Mainoo came on and scored. And I mean, again, we weren't necessarily outplayed. It's just that we're not taking our chances. What that means for us currently is that we are 9th in the league. We're 6 points off of City, who have a game in hand. Spurs also have a game in hand, and we're 6 points behind them as well. It's not a disaster. It's really not a disaster at this point. I mean, we're 4 points off of 4th, but we are coming into a pretty tough set of fixtures. As I alluded to in the last video, we're going to try and play all the league games, but it might even be an extra game thrown in there today because we are playing Chelsea twice in quick succession. We got drawn against them in the 3rd round of the League Cup. So the games I'm probably going to bring today is Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea in the League Cup, City, Chelsea in the league. As you can imagine, I'm pretty nervous about that after our start to the league. I mean, all the teams that we're playing today are all above us, and a bad run of form, a bad run of results could actually see us really drop down the table. It could see us lose a lot of ground on these teams that we really should be trying to catch up and overtake if we are going to save Man United. Squad-wise, we've had a little bit of an injury crisis that has coincided with this poor run of form. Onana, he got injured. He's out for another 2 weeks, which is a big blow for us. He got injured on international duty. De Ligt, he got injured in the win over Sunderland. He's out for another couple of weeks. Lisandro Martinez is close to being back, which I think would be a boost. Luke Shaw was out injured, hence him not being involved in the last game. And Diogo Dalot is also out injured. He's out for about 10 days. So all of these injuries kind of came around that sort of Sunderland, Everton, Forest run. Bruno Fernandes is injured as well. 3 weeks he is out for, which is a huge blow for us. As you can see, 5 goal involvements in 9 games in the league. He's been a big player for us so far. I really don't know how this is going to go. We might have to use players like Mason Mount, who, despite not actually starting a game for us or even making an appearance for us this season, has made it into the England setup. So I might have to swallow my pride a little bit and give Mason Mount a bit of a run in the team. He probably would be the perfect replacement for that Bruno Fernandes role in midfield. Yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. In other news, while we was off camera, we did go and make a bid for a certain Mohamed Salah from Liverpool. He was, for some reason, just put on the transfer list pretty randomly. They only wanted a couple of million for him. And as you can see, he decided to go to Galatasaray over Manchester United because he didn't want to join a rival club. And at 33, he could have been a perfect signing, a short-term signing, just to get this project off the ground. But yeah, like I say, real tough run of fixtures. Next game is going to be Liverpool at home in 3 days' time. So I guess I'll see you then. Okay, we are ready to pick our team for the game against Liverpool, and I've just had the news item come through that Šeško is also injured, not 100% fit. He's only out for a few days, so he's only going to miss this one. But again, it's not great. I think we are going to bring in Mason Mount. I'm just wondering if there's anybody else in the reserves we could be calling up here. Shea Lacey's He's not at it at the moment. Diego Leon. This is kind of where I'm at the moment. Jack Fletcher. Yeah, there isn't really anybody, I don't think. Maybe JJ Gable, but he's 15 years old. I don't think I can be relying on a 15-year-old for these games here. Yeah, we're not in a great position, I'm going to say. We are going to bring Luke Shaw back into the fold. He is back from his injury, and we're desperate for just a bit of experience, I think, to come in and see us through these games. But the starting line of Liverpool, Lamans, Mazraoui as Dalot. We actually dropped Dalot, and Mazraoui came in for him, and then Dalot got injured coming off the bench to replace him, just because we haven't really tried Mazraoui, and Dalot, as you can see from his average rating, not having a great season so far. So back four of Mazraoui, Shaw, Maguire and Lenny Yoro. Midfield three of Mount, Ugarte and Casemiro. And then Xerxes and Mbeumo and Cunha are the front three. Casemiro is going to be captain for this one, which is fine by me. We could really do... I mean, we could do with a win. I'll take a point at this stage. I really would take a point. A bit of an odd selection for Liverpool. Conor Bradley, Endo, Chiesa, players that aren't really getting into the side in real life. They have signed Dennis Undav. You might remember him from Brighton, I think. But the likes of Gravenberch, Frimpong and McAllister aren't actually getting in to this Liverpool side. They are playing that kind of 4-3-3, similar to us maybe. We might match them up a little bit and see how we get on. But it's been a pretty uneventful first half. Both sides only limited to one shot on target. Player ratings wise, I mean, Xerxes is not having a great game. But other than that, we're kind of doing all right. Maguire's doing well at the back. Casemiro is holding things together in front of that that back four. So I'm pretty happy. Mason Mount, of all the men, Mason Mount has scored, made it 1-0. They've just equalised through Hugo Ekitike. Maybe Mason Mount, maybe I've been a bit too harsh on him, and he probably does need to be a bit more involved than what he has been so far. Joshua Xerxes really having a poor game here. Casemiro is starting to struggle. We're going to have to make a couple of changes, I fear. Kobe Mainoo's going to come in for Casemiro, and Ugarte is just going to sit. And do I go for... I've got two options here, really. Amad Diallo or Chido Obi to replace Xerxes. I'm going to give Amad a go just because I haven't actually seen a lot of him. We'll play Cunha through the middle and Amad on the right of that front three. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. Because the other two options to come on are two youngsters off the bench, which I don't want to throw them into this situation. 1-1 at home to Liverpool. But I said I wanted a point. Oh, God. I said I wanted a point, and I said I didn't want to have to throw these lads into this situation. And Harry Maguire is adding to our injury worries here. He is coming off. Aidan Heaven is going to have to come on. So it's a very, very young centre-back pairing we've got here. And I think we're going to react to that by maybe just shoring things up a little bit, making the midfield less fluid, having the fullbacks not push on as much. And maybe when we get it, let's just go direct for a bit. We're still going to play attacking, but let's go a bit more direct rather than expecting these young centre-backs to be playing out. Let's see if we can just get the ball out of our half a little bit quicker, and hopefully we can nick a winner or something. I think we just hit the crossbar. There's a little bit of Liverpool pressure. I don't like that too much, but the final whistle has gone. And I said we'd take a point. We're going to have to settle for one. A point against Liverpool isn't a bad point. The main thing is we don't lose, especially during this tough run of games. I mean, I've just seen City have just lost. Chelsea are now in top spot, 6 points behind them. Yeah, I think it's City next. Have I got that right? I think we're playing City next. No, we're playing Arsenal next. What is the order? Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea in the League Cup, City, Chelsea. yeah, I think we're going to try and get all these games in, and just do a bit of a bumper episode. It might be a little bit longer than some of the others, but still shouldn't be too long. Maguire's going to be out for 2 weeks, but De Ligt has just come back, so it's not the end of the world. And Dalot is also back and going to be training in about a week's time. So that gives us another experienced centre back to bring in for Maguire, and also means that we can put Dalot back onto the bench. He's a bit more versatile than Aiden Heaven, and obviously a little bit more experienced. Okay, we're back in for the Arsenal game. Mazraoui's picked up a knock. We knew about Maguire's injury. Yeah, we're down to bare bones essentially. Mazraoui is going to have to come out. Dalot can't play. Going to have to put Ahmad at right back for this one. Harry Maguire can't play. De Ligt can't play. We really are at bare bones here. We could get absolutely torn apart, but we are going to trust the process. James Scanlon's going to come into the bench. I kind of feel Kobe Mainu deserves another chance here. A little bit of rotation. We're going to bring in Kobe Mainu for Manuel Ugarte. As you can see, these injuries, although these lads aren't out for a long time, we could do with having them available for all of these games. But yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. We're going to continue to trust Mount in that role until Bruno Fernandes is back. And then maybe Mount could even do a job in the Kobe Mainu role. Let's see how he gets on here against Arsenal, shall we? Let's get the game kicked off. Rip the plaster off, I feel, because this could get messy away from home. Well, I don't want to speak too early, but we were having a good spell of pressure there. It looks a little bit back and forth at the moment. Half an hour in, still 0-0. I mean, if we make it through to half time at 0-0 away at Arsenal, I'd probably be quite happy. I think one of the points. Just stop talking, Dan. Just stop talking. I jinxed myself in the last game saying I didn't want to throw Aiden Heaven in, who isn't really having a great game, it must be said. And we had to throw him in because just as I said it, Maguire got injured. And then in this game, I've just said, let's not do anything silly. Let's get through to half time at 0-0. I'll be very happy. And then Gyökeres has scored. Hayden, I'm never going to get his name right. Aiden Heaven is going to come off for Dorgu, and Shaw is going to play left-sided centre-back for us for this second half. Just because I always feel like you can ruin young players by exposing them too much if they're having a bad game, and that is exactly what we'd be doing by keeping Heaven on the pitch. So we're going to make that change at half time. Kobe Mainu's having a decent game, and that's about it, really. Gonna have to chuck on Chido Obi. Scanlon, maybe, as the attacking midfield option. And we're going to do something I don't think I've done yet, but we are going to go long and counter-attack. Why not? Let's play Arsenal at their own game and go long. And James Scanlon has come off the bench and scored. I mean, Saka's made it 2. That's kind of taken the joy out of the situation a little bit. But the fact that Scanlon, at his age, has come off the bench and scored is probably a good sign for the future. But the fact that we conceded straight away and then again is probably not a great sign for now, is it? These boys just aren't really showing up. We need to get these players back and fit. It's turning into a rout. We've lost 4-1. And yeah, by the looks of that, we probably deserved it. This is what I mean by when I say that I'm starting to worry about my job a little bit because the directors are unhappy. I wouldn't be particularly happy if I was a Man United fan and we are 14th in the league going into November. So we have to do something to change this around. Bruno Fernandes is going to be back for the next game, which is great. Um, Part of me thinks that we need new signings, but as you can see, the board aren't making any funds available because we are hemorrhaging money at quite a rate, and that's without adding any real players to the squad. The only player we brought in is Amadou Onana, who has been a good signing, but I just feel like we need more. We have tried to sell some players, but we've got a fairly small squad, which is what I wanted, to keep players happy and keep like a consistent core of players playing. But yeah, this next game, it could be very, very messy for us. Okay, we're playing Chelsea in the League Cup. We are at home, and we've got quite a few players back, which is nice. Aiden Heaven is coming straight out, and Alessandro Martinez is going to go in. Sheshko onto the bench. In fact, I might even start him here because Xerxes' form, as you can see there, he started the season on fire, scoring goals, and he's got 2 6s in his last 2 games. Lenny Yoro got a 5 in his last game. Yeah, we're going to bring Mazraoui in for Ahmad, who is unhappy. Thinks the club's underachieving. I agree with him. That's why I'm doing this series. Diego Dallo is going to come back onto the bench. James Scanlon scored off the bench. Do we? Why not? Why not chuck him in? What's the worst that could happen? But yeah, Alessandro Martinez is back. He's probably not going to play a full game, but we do have Shaw and Mazraoui in the wide fullback positions that can drop into centre-back if needed. Oh, I forgot about this rule. We've selected 4 non-EU players. We can only have 3 in there. Martinez has thrown that one off, hasn't he? Have we got another midfielder? Haven't got another midfielder. Oh, this rule could be annoying. We'll put Ahmed on the bench instead of Ugarte. There we go. That should fix it. It does fix it. We're kicking off in the League Cup at home to Chelsea. Chelsea, who look like they've gone fairly strong. Jarrell Hatto has just scored. I didn't realise he was playing. Oh, he's come on for the injured player. And speaking of injured players, Luke Shaw is going to play no further part. Is this just a thing? Players getting injured all the time. Fofana's been injured. 10 minutes later, Luke Shaw's been injured. I mean, I can't say League Cup is a priority, but obviously, if we're restoring Manchester United back to greatness, we want to be winning trophies, really, don't we? Half time, we're still 1-0 down. We're going to bring Mbuemo off and bring Xerxes on and just go for it a little bit. Get a couple of bigger lads up there. Get the bigger boys on. Stats-wise, it looks like it's been a fairly poor game. We've had 3 shots on target out of 3. They've had 2. I'm wondering about Casemiro. Whether we need to make a change there. I think we will bring on Mason Mount. Maybe play Scanlon in the 10 and Mount alongside Mainu. Do we mix this up a bit? Go a bit more direct. Try and get something from this game. Mason Mount obviously coming off the bench against his former club. And I am a Chelsea fan myself, so I take no joy in putting Mason Mount out there on the pitch. We have lost. We are out of the League Cup. And like I say, despite it not being a priority, Man United should be challenging for every trophy that they're in. They always used to, back in the day, and we're trying to bring them glory days back. Luke Shaw is going to be out for a month with a groin strain. We need to find some money from somewhere so we can bring in a bit more quality in depth. we have our first Manchester derby of this series. And you know what? We've got lots of players coming back from injury. I'm just going to clear the squad and start again. I feel like sometimes you just need to do that in terms of looking at things with like a fresh head. Um, Sometimes it's hard to see the wood through the trees when you're when you're doing your team selection and you're constantly moving players around. Sometimes just start fresh. Luke Shaw being out, Dorgu's going to play left back, Mazraoui's going to play right back. Centre backs are going to be Martinez and De Ligt. I think that's our strongest centre back pairing that's available at the moment. We could really do with Onana coming back, but since he isn't, Casemiro is going to play in the midfield. And we're going to go for this one, Mount, and we're going to go, I'd like to say Mainu, but it's going to have to be Ugarte. So we need to keep an eye. That means we can't play Cunha unless we go without a goalkeeper on the bench. Are we feeling brave? I think we have to be brave. Fortune favours the brave, doesn't it? Sheshko or Xerxes? That is the question. 4 and 8 for Xerxes. 1 in 9 really, appearances wise for Sheshko. So we're going to have to go Xerxes. We're not going with a goalkeeper on the bench because that's how we roll. We'll do Dalot. We'll do Kobbie Mainoo. I think we'll have to do Sheshko and James Scanlon. Yeah, that's our starting lineup for this first Manchester derby. We are at Old Trafford. I'm hoping it's not going to be a complete pasting. It's 14th versus 6th, which is weird for a Manchester derby. But we've only just got to November, so it is still pretty early. But I do feel like we need a win. It doesn't rain, it pours. That's not ideal, is it? Who do we take off? Cunha and Abramo. Oh, God. Cunha for Dalot. Mazraoui to centre back. Dalot to right back. I just feel like we're in trouble here. And because of that, I am going to change the formation a little bit and do something like that. God. I genuinely don't know how this is going to go. They've scored pretty much straight away. This could be a fairly short series. If we don't start winning games of football, we could be out of a job here. Oh, I thought we was going to score there just before half time. It's pretty grim reading so far, isn't it? When you look at that league table, this is not going to plan in terms of saving Manchester United. We might be putting them into more trouble. We're going to have to do something here. Kobbie Mainoo's going to come on and Sheshko's going to come on. We're going to go long and we're going to attack. Come on, boys. Give me a point. We'll take a point. We're not going to get a point. Haaland's just made it 2. Oh, it's just a little bit soul destroying. You know, we started this project with a real clear vision, and a mixture of suspensions and injuries has just completely just almost made it impossible for us. What else can we do here? We're gonna have to do something. Let's just throw some men forward. Casemiro dropping into a back 3. just to try and get something. Is that 3 now? It's 3. It's 4. It's been disallowed. Foden's made it 3. And that is the game. Yeah. What did Martinez actually do here? The lifted the ball forward with Martinez looking to pick it up. Martinez handled the ball. A free kick was awarded. Silva lined up the free kick. Martinez was furious. Furious with Mr. Pascal. Martinez was shown a second yellow card. So he got a second yellow for dissent. And the first yellow was for a bad tackle 3 minutes in. That's a proper Lautaro Martinez, not Lautaro, what's his name? Lisandro Martinez thing to do, I feel. He's only out for one game. We're not going to bother appealing it. Okay, so final game of this episode, and we are playing Chelsea. Xerxes now out for a month. These injuries are really doing us no favours. I've made a decision for this Chelsea game, and we're going to switch it up. The 4-3-3 just wasn't working, so we're going to go for the 4-1-3-2, kind of a 4-4-2, but narrow. And we're going to see if that works for us. Xerxes has just picked up his injury, so Sheshko is going to come in for him. Amadou and Nana's back. Let's clear the squad, start again. Make sure we don't miss anyone. Luke Shaw's still out. Dorgu, Mazraoui, centre backs, Maguire and De Ligt, I'm going to say. Onana in front of the back four. The three kind of playing that attacking midfield role. I think we're going to go Mount, Fernandes, Cunha, and Buemo, Sheshko up front. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. It's really messy how those names overlap. So I apologise for that. It's worth a go. I kind of feel like this is must win at this stage. You look at the league table, we're way out of it now. We're kind of like 6 points off of Palace in 7th. Excuse me. Newcastle are now top of the league. And we're 12 off of them. So we got no choice but to go for it because of this weird rule here. Am I going to put Lisandro Martinez on the bench? Probably not, so don't worry about that. We can have a goalkeeper on the bench for this one. Go Kobe Mainu, and we'll go Chido Obi as a striker option on the bench. That's our starting lineup. We are away to Chelsea. De Ligt is going to be the captain for this one. We need to win it. We definitely need to win it. They've gone with a bit of a stronger side to the team that beat us in the League Cup, and they have gone 1-0 up fairly early on through Esteval. And again, as a Chelsea fan, that should fill me with joy. But for the purpose of this, it doesn't. It really doesn't. The commentaries just said Chelsea are taking it easy now. And to be honest, we're not really giving them too much to worry about. We've had one shot, one on target. And Mazraoui sent off. This is really, really bugging me. The amount of sending offs we're getting. We do have Dallo on the bench. I'm gonna have to bring him on for someone. It's gonna be Cunha because why not? We're gonna have to go and attack them. If we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down fighting. Hopefully, I'm not talking about actual relegation, but I'm just talking about the context of this game. Do you know what I mean? We need some serious work on the squad, and I think I knew that coming into it. Garnacho has scored at some point and made it 2-0. We're still in 14th. It's going to take a mammoth effort for us to get back up the table. Luckily, we've kind of got all of our real tough games against your Liverpools, Chelsea's, Arsenal's, Man City's out the way at the start of the season. So we should now have a decent run of games to hopefully get some points on the board. And hopefully, as João Pedro makes it 3, we can creep up the table and get a bit of momentum behind us. That's all we need. That's it for episode 3 of Saving United. And normally at this point I say, if you like the episode, why not give us a subscribe? Why not give us a like? And why not add a comment? But if you like that, you either really hate Man United or you're just a sick individual. But either way, help a guy out when he's down. Give us a subscribe and let me know where I'm going wrong in the comments. Until the next time, take care.